Listen to the crowd. Oh, baby, they're loving it.
It's there! Hartman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
We're coming your way live from the entertainment capital, Las Vegas, Nevada. Are you ready? This is the American Fan 365.
We are back. We're back again with another episode of the American Fan 365 podcast. I am, of course, your host, Josh Williams. I did not say that last week. A little rusty. I'm joined by my co-host, Dave Nobles. Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Doing all right. As you can see, we are. This is the benefit of us being out here, being hood, and being mobile.
That's right.
We have a glorious background. Now I know this isn't glorious for Dave.
I don't care for it.
Dave is not the happiest right now, but he did have some nice things to say about the practice facility. The Raiders practice facility is definitely by far one of the best in the league right now. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, we're right here. Training camp opened for all teams yesterday and today. So football season is back upon us, Dave. I know we're going to talk a lot about football, but how excited are you for your Bills to take another crack at it?
Excited because I think they're definitely winning their division. Scared because they're on Hard Knocks, but I'm acting like I won't be watching and dissecting every one of those Hard Knocks episodes.
My team's on Hard Knocks on the in-season.
Yeah, but nobody cares that much about the in-season Hard Knocks.
Still, in-season's more important than preseason.
I understand in-season as a player and as playing and a fan is more important.
Yeah.
But people pay attention to the
preseason.
Training camp Hard Knocks.
Gets everyone.
Training camp Hard Knocks is what you're there for.
Yeah, it gets everyone so ready for football. You're ready for the season. Obviously, you see all the drama of the cuts and all that good stuff. So no, I hear you. I understand.
And
100%.
Well, if you notice, they've really calmed down on the cuts. They show almost none now.
Oh, okay.
And I remember that from the last couple of years. Every year they show fewer and fewer cuts. But I mean, especially it's a safe bet for an established team like the Bills. They don't have a lot of craziness going on.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of nonsense.
What I guess we can talk about Hard Knocks right now. What storyline do you think might develop from Hard Knocks? Like, what's something that you think could develop for your team?
I think what they're going to show mostly is there's a lot of rookies coming in. You got some personality coming into what will be, I believe, an improved defense.
Yeah.
And plus, people are going to fall in love with Deion Dawkins.
Okay. All right. He's
going to be one of the biggest. He's going to be the biggest star of the show.
Biggest star.
He definitely has the most personality.
I think you're going to get a little bit more.
I'm sorry.
Josh Allen too.
Keon Coleman.
Oh yeah.
Keon
Coleman.
Keon, you will be the biggest star of this whole.
Keon Coleman for sure. Well, on the offensive side for sure. I'm excited to. I like to learn more about the stars. The one thing it does do is it gives you a lot of behind the scenes of your stars. But like you said,
Josh Allen's not going to give you anything other than Josh Allen's going to be sound bited out.
Okay.
He is very well trained. He doesn't give anybody any material to use ever.
Okay. Hey, those cameras recede into the distance. I will say that. As a man that had his own a reality show for a period, the second you get a drink in you, you forget them cameras there. I was like, we edited that.
You have to remember he's getting a little bit more training in his whole entire life about cameras being around him now.
Fair enough. That's fair. That's fair. Before we really start the show, some somber news that happened today, especially for me. I know Dave is going to have his own take on this, but
Sure will.
Definitely some somber news. Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea passes away at the age of 71. It sounds like by heart attack or cardiac event. Listen, I'm a Hulkamaniac through and through. I know as a brown person, a lot of brown people have kind of turned away from Hulk Hogan over the last probably 15 or 20 years.
You're talking like they were wrong, but continue.
But, listen, for me and for my family, Jerome was one of the charter members of NWO. I know you did not know that, Dave. I know you didn't know that. It's okay. We were there. We were in the house. Dennis Rodman told Jerome not to come out in Detroit because he didn't want to give Jerome a bad image. Like, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that takes place in these events. But yeah, I mean, for what he meant for me in terms of enjoying wrestling, I always loved wrestling because of Hulk Hogan. So when I got that news this morning, that was, respect to everyone also that reached out to me because people know I'm a Hulk Hogan fan. And I had probably about like 50 messages throughout everything. Asked me how I was doing, so that's always cool. But I'll let Dave give the B side of the Hulk Hogan debate.
First things first, I'll call him Terry Bollea. When you're such a MAGA person like he is, you don't allow people to use their chosen names. Why do we call you by your chosen names? I mean, you could say that about the vice president too, but I don't need to get into all that deeply right now. So Terry Bollea, union buster, known snitch, political terrorist in the wrestling business, racist, super MAGA influencer. Last public appearance was to lord over people in these terrible concentration camps they have for people. So
that was tough.
I don't wish death on anyone. However, I'm not sad. Let's just keep it to that.
You okay? Wait. All right. So okay. Be that all as it may.
Oh, if you're gonna ask,
a kid.
I was a weird kid. I like Mr. Perfect.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Man.
This is Death Star Dave. He was when all the rest of us were booing and hissing. He was like, I love Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, you know what?
In the Perfect Plex.
Turns out I was on the right side of history.
You were a Steiner Brothers fan too, weren't you? I could feel it. I was
okay with the Steiners.
I knew you were.
They went to Michigan. Come on.
My
now the Steiners have done some horrible things too, but Scott Steiner. I mean, you go look up those Scott Steiner clips. God, can't even talk. They speak for themselves.
Yeah, big Papa Pump in the house.
Yeah, big bad booty daddy.
Yeah. But R.I.P. to Hulk Hogan. And also, if you like the conversation so far as where we are with Hulk Hogan, please comment Hulkster below. Give your favorite or infamous Hulk Hogan message in the comment section below, and we'll move forward.
Or you could comment below Terry if you're on the right side of history.
Let's go around the world in sports. So up first, Scottie Scheffler wins the British Open. Kind of almost wire to wire. I feel like he took the lead in the second round, and then he didn't give it back.
He moved up in the second round. I was even telling people when we were watching parts of the first round, I was like, you can't let him be that close. Not on day one.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say this is Tiger level at the time, but he is the guy lurking. And if he's shown a good start, he coasted the last day.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he shot anything that was anything aggressive.
But that honestly, that's how Tiger would win.
He played to the score. He'd done his work already.
Yeah, you know your number. Because if you really think back at most of Tiger's major wins, most of them Sunday was a walk in the park. But when you watch these guys buckle on Sunday, it honestly makes it even more impressive that he was able to play safe, play for pars, take his birdies when they're there.
You can do stuff like that when you have 7 shots.
Was he up 7 on Sunday?
Shots, yeah, he was 17 under.
Unless he's Greg Norman, I don't think he was giving that up. So switching gears over to the WNBA, the WNBA All-Star Game was last weekend, and
I have thoughts about that too.
So you'll see the clip right here as I post it post-production below. The ladies wore a "Pay Us What You Owe Us" T-shirt, and I will say this off rip. I've coached, women. I've coached female athletics, basketball mostly. I know Dave is a champion of the WNBA.
Huge.
huge champion of the WNBA. We've got to keep things in perspective in terms of what the NBA does to support the league, how much revenue the WNBA truly is bringing in. I know people throw around $40 million in deficit, $50 million in deficit. I don't think that we ever really know the real number, truthfully.
Okay, but this is the same. They're using some of the same points that the NBA uses every time. Oh, all this team and this team and this team are all losing money.
Yeah.
Cool, but everybody's dying to give you billions to get teams.
Yeah.
These new expansion teams, $250 million to come into the league.
Yep.
You have valuations up to $500 million now.
Yeah.
Pay us what you owe us is correct. However, as the biggest WNBA fan you know, I had one huge problem.
Okay.
To proceed to go out there then after that and do what the men do in an all-star game, you haven't earned that level of
freedom,
goofing off.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Putting the 4-point shot in killed that game. Now, granted, I'm not an idiot. Last year's game was an anomaly because they play the other all-stars against the Olympic team.
Yes.
And those other all-stars are mad that they are not on the Olympic team. They go hard.
That was great.
That is a tough game. Enrique went crazy last year on that team.
Yes, she did.
But like I said, I'm not saying you're supposed to go out there and try to hurt. You have plenty of these players with injuries already as it is.
Yeah.
I mean, the Golden Goose was out for the whole thing in her home stadium.
Yes.
So, I mean, that affected eyeballs for it anyway. But to think, she makes $72-something thousand a year. Caitlin Clark does.
Yes.
She is the biggest star in the history of the sport. That's just the truth. I'm not saying she's the best player in the history of the sport, because she's not. But she is the biggest. Josh, she's the biggest star. It's not up for debate. Like,
I'm trying to think.
The numbers don't. No, listen. There are better players.
Asia
Wilson is a better player.
No. I'm not discrediting.
Like Asia, Brianna Stewart. These are all timers that play right now.
Listen, Caitlin Clark has helped our channel. I have posted about her. We have done good numbers with her.
She lifts ships.
No problem.
She is unfortunately in that Brett Favre, Tim Tebow. When you talk about her, good or bad, people pay attention.
You're getting eyeballs.
She is.
I'm just trying to think.
She is the star.
Well, because it's hard to quantify that though, Dave. Because I don't think when the WNBA first started, because remember that was when they were in the NBA stadiums and they were packing those stadiums with Rebecca Lobo and Cheryl Swoops.
They were
and,
for
Cynthia
like the first
Cooper.
year.
Yeah, for the first few
years, and then
years,
it immediately fell down.
Yeah,
but a lot of people talk about these NBA teams have subsidized them for these years and they were losing this money. It's like, well, the NBA had to subsidize NBA teams for years.
Yes.
They actually hit the point where they're now going to be a money-making league faster than the NBA did. Realistically, because if you think about it, the NBA wasn't, for all the great players that came before, so this is no disrespect to the players.
Yeah.
But the NBA wasn't a money-making league till the 80s.
Not until mid-bird in Magic.
We're not talking, because like I said, as has been said 1,000 times, the finals when Magic won his first ring were tape delayed. That tells you all you need to know about where the NBA was.
Yeah.
So the WNBA has progressed fast. It was progressing before. Caitlin Clark just happened to be a catalyst on top of where the progress was going. You had the Asia Wilsons, the Brianna Stewarts, pushing the game.
Sue Bird.
Sue Bird and Taurasi even a little before that.
Yeah.
But they flowed into these newer players. But while I'm saying this, it's like I want them to get every bit of money they can. But it was just, the great look was wearing the shirts. The bad look was Asia calling for a replay with Cheez-Its in her hands. It's like, we're not there yet. You gave us everything we hate about the NBA All-Star Game.
Okay.
And I am as diehard a fan as it gets. I was watching the beginning of that All-Star Game. I stopped watching. I didn't need to see another person
do too
shooting
much.
Those 4-point shots.
Yeah. Look, those 4-point shots should have been shot by Ionescu.
Well, you said for Sabrina, that's nothing different than what she normally shoots.
I know, but like literally, the list is probably about 4 deep. Anybody else, don't even look at it.
You shouldn't. But everybody was shooting it.
I know,
and that was going to happen. It was just
that's not a good.
It ruined
look.
the game. They couldn't figure out their hockey style substitutions. I don't know what that was supposed to accomplish anyway. It was just bad. When I saw it from the beginning, Because even in previous, not an Olympic year All-Star game, in some other All-Star games, there were enough women that wanted to show, like, some people think you're better, some people think I'm better.
Yeah.
We're gonna go at it.
We're gonna duke it out.
No,
yeah.
Once you had somebody going towards the bucket, they did what the men did. They just got out of the way.
Yeah. Can't you look? Listen, you
don't go that far. I'm not saying try your hardest in an All-Star game.
Yeah.
That's crazy to ask for.
Yeah. All right, switching over to baseball briefly. Bryce Harper hits his 350th home run this week, and he's only he's only 412 shy of Barry Lamar Bonds. But he's 32. He's been playing since 2012. Like, that really puts in perspective when you really think, because when we were younger, so many guys were getting to 500, so many guys were getting to 600, 700 home runs.
Yeah, but not like in these speeds, though, because the one thing I saw the other day was 350 home runs and 1,000 RBI before you're 33.
Yeah.
There's 8 people on that list. Bryce Harper is one of those 8. And
but
the rest of the 8 is like Barry Bonds, Mickey Mantle, Mel Ott. It's like
probably Willie Mays.
It's all these crazy names and Adam Dunn.
That's crazy.
but Adam Dunn was a great player when he was young.
Yeah.
But it just fell off quickly. But it just shows you the era that he's playing in. Like, Bryce actually turned out to be everything that was thought of him.
But see, I guess my point is, like, he's already played for 13 years. He's 32. These guys, for the most part, don't really play till they're 40 anymore. Like, remember when we were younger, most players played till they were 40, 38, 39.
Well, like, if they could, yeah.
Yeah, like, but a lot of guys now, they're kind of burning out quicker. Guys don't play nearly as much. Guys get hurt a lot more.
Well, the athleticism, even in baseball, is far more than it used to be, for the most part. I mean, there were anomalies. Ricky Henderson's they existed.
Yeah.
But I mean, there weren't as many people. But like I said, Ricky, you could drop into the game right now.
Yeah. He still plays. That still plays.
But when you look at it overall, I think they have the money to never touch a field again.
Yeah, I guess it's different.
But the thing is, it takes them so long to get to their money. But then once they get to the money, it's just ridiculous. It's generational upon generational, which is, listen, better them than the owners. That's always been my philosophy. The money's getting charged no matter what. I know people always blame these ticket things on players getting their salaries, but it's like, well, do you want the owners to keep all the money?
Yeah. I
never understood that argument, but
listen, you already know I'm always pro player. Players should get what they deserve. I mean, the money sounds so crazy now just because the money is going up.
But that's what the revenue is.
Yeah, the money's going up. But just in terms of, remember, like, Alonzo Mourning and those guys were the first $100 million guys, and that was such a crazy threshold to break through. Now we've got, guys getting $500, $600, $700 million, $800 million contracts. Like, it's amazing the amount of revenue that has really been generated through TV and other things over the last 20 years.
Sports is the only thing still left on TV, pretty much.
Yeah, that's true too. Hold that thought. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. And we're back with more of the American Fan 365. We're still here live on location at the beautiful Raiders practice facility. And we do want to say thank you again to our sponsor, Coco Love. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at Coco Love, reminding everyone to stay hydrated and hydrate with love. Crack a Coco Love today. And don't forget to head over to www.cocolovewater.com and use the code TAF365 for your own case of Hawaiian beach vibes. Switching gears over to the NFL. It is officially football season. I think it's a national holiday. It really probably should become one. That Monday after the NFL season starts, everyone should get an off day. I think that speaks for everybody when I say
I could at least give you the Super Bowl for that one.
So we need to get a NFL holiday. Too many people are too drunk and too groggy that Monday. That's unfair.
Well, there's too many days of the week that they play now, so I don't know when you'd put it.
That's fair too. That is fair too. That's true. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk through each division, go over their over-unders. So my bettors out there, I know, you guys are always looking for cheap insights. Here's one.
Fade us.
Don't forget, this guy went 14 for 14 last year on 1 week. I forget. I think it was like week 12. Perfect. He pitched a perfect game. $5 would have won you about five to 15 grand. I think it was. It was something crazy.
It would have been a large amount.
It was a solid amount. I went 12 or 13 for
discuss
14 that week.
But.
Yeah, I know. We really should. We should bet our picks every week. Just stick with it. But we're going to talk through some storylines for each team and then go over the over-unders. So starting off, we are on the West Coast, so we're going to start with the West Coast first. NFC West storylines. Do you think, so first off, Arizona Cardinals, do you think Kyler Murray can have a consistent season? Because I think that's the biggest thing holding the Cardinals back from being a legitimate playoff
I feel
contender.
like they gave a lot of thought to building around Kyler.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's really a problematic situation. I think that they've really given him everything that says that they believe in him. He's never going to get taller.
Yeah.
I just don't. We have no evidence that a player of his stature can be successful in the NFL, but the kid's got every bit of talent in the world. He just can't grow.
Yeah. I mean, to speak on the talent side of it, he is who he is. I think he's always going to be a great player, but it comes down to, when you talk about how often he's gaming and those kinds of things, how much does he love it? How much is he actually putting into it outside of, just having the God-given ability to jump around, juke some folks and then make something happen?
Do you think some of that could just be reputation and people looking to nitpick him?
It could be.
Because, I mean, a second year from Marvin Harrison could change everything for him, too.
Yes.
I'm not prepared to say he's going to have a consistent season because he hasn't really shown that.
COVID.
But it wouldn't shock me.
COVID is probably about the only time we saw it.
Yeah.
When they didn't have fans, that was probably about the only time. Switching over to the LA Rams, does Devontae Adams officially replace Cooper Kupp?
Cooper Kupp now? Yes. Cooper Kupp that used to be? No, but they already have Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp that used to be, his name's Puka Nacua.
Fair enough.
So he will be better than what Cooper Kupp was last year.
Okay. And look, I believe you there. I think Devontae, especially coming back to the West Coast, closer to the family, all of those things. I think that his vibe seemed good. It just is going to come down to health, I feel. And he's still listen. Even as bad as the Jets had a bad year, he still was close to 1,000 yards last year. Like, as much as everybody was crapping on him, he still was out there doing his job.
Well, it's that part is the expectation for him is very high.
Yeah.
And he's always going to have people knocking him saying, you were getting your biggest numbers when Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers. And some of those Aaron Rodgers years, as much as we down-talk him now, he had ridiculous seasons.
Yeah. Back to back, especially touchdown interception ratio.
He was the best quarterback in the league for several years there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't particularly close.
Yeah. You saw his first pass today, Steelers training camp was
Sure
picked
did.
off? You didn't see it?
No.
Picked off. First pass training camp picked off. Patrick Queen.
Means nothing.
It doesn't, but, doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good, You saw Jaden Daniels' first pass of the training camp? It was a dime. It was a touchdown dime,
Sure
40
beautiful.
yards to the new boy, Deebo Samuel. It was lovely. We listen, for those of us, Dave, that haven't been winning consistently, we take pride in these little moments.
How many years was I not winning consistently? You're acting like I don't remember the pain, okay?
You've had about a good 6 or 7 years of solid. You
Now-
forget. You forgot.
Hey, remember those years before? I haven't forgotten them.
We'll get to you. Can the Niners rebound after a down year?
You already got my thoughts on that last week. I
Yeah.
think absolutely, especially considering their schedule is atrocious.
Yeah.
They had the year from hell last year. I doubt they can have a worse year this year. I mean, they have lost some people, but they've gained in a few spots. Ayuk still being out is problematic, but I don't know, man. That schedule is really bad. Not that you ever fully know what a schedule looks like before a season.
Yeah.
But, you
Yeah.
can't have a schedule better than the one they have.
Okay.
Going into
at
the
least,
season.
at least stock on paper right
Yeah.
now. I feel like they rebound. They definitely were down last year, but I still don't feel like they go back up to the top. I feel like they're going to be a middle tier, maybe playoff, maybe not. I think they're going to be right there, depending on wins and losses. And then finally, the Seahawks. Was it just a contract year, or is this the new normal for Sam Darnold?
It's tough to say because you look at last season, everything was looking really good till those last few games. But if you talk about everybody that really knows the league, real talent evaluators,
Sure.
they all swear by Sam Darnold.
Okay.
I never saw it in college. I didn't see it in the pros until last year.
Yeah.
Downlights, my word on this means nothing. Their word means a lot more than mine. And they all fully believe in Sam Darnold. They think he's the guy. I think he had Justin Jefferson and a great coach lead him in Kevin O'Connell. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I'm wrong a lot. So it's not like it would be shocking if it happened.
That's my only caveat.
I don't know that he's better than Gina.
Yeah. I feel like they're right. When we talked about last week, we thought the Niners are better than the Seahawks. Yeah, I think they still are. As far as receivers, he doesn't have a JJ and he doesn't have an Addison. He has Smith and Jigba and I forget who else is out there. But they lost all their receivers.
Bit of talent, but
yeah, I mean they lost all their receivers. DK left,
and they have a good defensive-minded coach.
Yes. So we'll see on that one. Over unders, Arizona 8.5. Going over or under on that?
I have to go under only based off of what I think some of the other teams in the division are going to do.
Yeah, I think if it's dependent on Kyler. I think if he has a pretty consistent to above consistent, I think they get to 9 to 10. If he has those stinker games where it's just a throwaway game, I think they get to 7. The Rams are 9.5 over under.
Gosh, this is going to be one of my toughest ones. I'm going to say, because I still believe in Stafford, I still believe in McVay. I think they improved.
Yeah.
Like all of these, I think they're so close on where they have these lines. Like
I know.
Like Arizona's 8.5. I think they're going to have 8 wins.
Like 8.
LA's 9.5. I think they're going to have 10 wins.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the over. But all of these in this whole division, it's by the slightest of margins.
Sure. San Fran 10.5. Well, I'm sorry. He's exactly right. I have them winning 10. The Rams. So I have them taking the over as well.
Yeah, they're a good team.
San Fran at 10.5. Who you got? What you got?
I'm going over. Just everything I've said so far, I got to put my money where my mouth is on this one. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a lot over. 11's still over.
Yeah.
So I feel okay just because their schedule is so bad.
Yeah, I think that they're still getting older, and we don't know what their young guys, especially their young receivers, are going to be. They could be great. They could still have some growing pains, and they don't have necessarily
and
the greatest of quarterbacks throwing to them. They have a good quarterback.
There's only one thing that really matters.
Yeah,
is Christian McCaffrey healthy?
That's fair.
If Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams are both healthy, then they win 11 games.
Okay, just off those two guys.
Because those two guys make everybody else better.
Okay.
Kittle will be fine no matter what.
Okay.
They have guys that'll be fine no matter what.
Yeah.
Fred Warner's going to be fine no matter what on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
Those two guys, but McCaffrey especially, just because he's hurt all the time.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, you're an entirely different football team.
It's a different offense for sure. I've got them actually going at 8 wins.
Definitely going under.
I got them under.
You got to bring it up the rear in the whole division again. If that's the case, Kyle's fired. Well, actually, I think if they don't win this division, I think Kyle's getting fired.
Could happen. I mean, like I said, I feel like his message is grating. I feel like you only have so many opportunities. There's so many bites at that apple where you get all the way to the top and then you don't get it.
I think he still has some injury leeway from last year. Was a year from hell team.
Yeah,
was the 49ers. There's no question.
And then finally, Seattle, the Seahawks, 8.5. What you got?
I feel 9. I hate to be half a game in every one of these, but this whole division just looks so right to me. And I know they're playing some weaker divisional opponents in some of their cross-division matchups.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a good team. I think they have a good young coach. I think Darnold will be give them at least similar to what Geno did.
Sure.
And and he doesn't have a DK Metcalf in his ear all game long. That's not necessarily a loss.
But he doesn't have a DK Metcalf.
But their running game, they have good running backs.
Yes. If Kenneth Walker is, you saw that he was one of my top 5. So if Kenneth Walker is right, I feel like they get to 9, but I'm actually going to say they get to 8, so I'm taking the under. Switching gears over to the AFC West, can the Broncos start hot before their schedule gets tougher? Weeks 3 and 4, they got the Chargers and then the Bengals back-to-back. I believe the Chargers are in L.A. and then the Bengals are at home.
I would say yes, because I think their defense is elite.
Okay.
A lot of people believe in Bo Nix more than I do, but I think the talent they're surrounding him around on that roster, and I think the coaching ability of Sean Payton covers those sins.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the better teams in the AFC.
Okay.
Like I said, there are people that are actually projecting them to be the best defense in the league.
Okay.
They are loaded on defense.
Okay. And Sean Payton doesn't always have a great defense. He usually has defensive pieces, but not usually an elite defense.
They have players at every level of that defense.
I mean, for me, I think they have to, because if they come out the gates, 1-1 or 0-2, and they get into that week 3 versus the Chargers, it's a division rival. They can't. They have to, because I feel like the Bengals are going to be on a mission this year. As bad as their defense was, I think Joe Burrow is going to say screw it from here on out. If I gotta score 40,
he did that for the offense last year.
Yeah.
We'll get to them when we talk about them, because I have a lot of major concerns there. But no, the AFC is a better conference.
Yeah.
This is tough stuff.
Yeah. All right. Can the Chiefs continue to retool mid-run? They've been in this championship window now for the better part of the 2020s, since 2018, 2019. Do you feel like they can keep retooling on the fly?
One way, if they start cutting loose, if they use Mahomes for all his talents, I think what the Bills in the regular season and the Eagles in the Super Bowl tell you is the highest level teams don't just cower from the jersey anymore.
Yeah.
They're not just, everybody worries about 15. There's no question about it. But they're not dead worried about him. And this might be, I still think he's the best quarterback in the league. But for the first time in however many years, there's a discussion.
Yeah. Some people are pulling on Superman's cape, for sure.
It feels like there's a three quarterback tier that looms a little above everybody else. I would make it 4, because I believe that much in Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Joe Burrow.
It's like those four quarterbacks levitate above everybody else, and Mahomes hasn't shown that, but I don't know if they've given him the opportunity to show it either. It feels like they're playing a lot of just enough football, which can win you games when you have a whole bunch of superior talent everywhere.
Yeah.
But they've retooled on the offensive line, but they have 2 different offensive line positions where they're paying the most amount of money. They're paying the most amount of money to a defensive tackle. There's big money to Mahomes. There's big money getting spent there. So they have to make cuts in other places. So if they retool, I think it's only if they start cutting loose.
Yeah.
And don't play more grinding style of football like they played last year. I don't think that can work again.
Yeah. I think, they, like you said, they were in a lot of one-score games. They had a lot of, as much as everybody cries about the refs and everything, and the refs having a Chiefs jersey last season, they were in a lot of close wars that, by and large, they shouldn't have been in. But listen, they've had a lot of injuries at wide receiver. Their skill positions have kind of been up down, really since Tyreek Hill left. Truthfully, you have a moment with what was the one with the no eyebrows that came from the Giants. You know what I'm talking about. But then Rashee Rice, tearing his ACL, then now having some off the field issues and those kinds of things. Yeah. But I think that they've continued to Andy Reid, as long as he wants to coach, he will have them ready. And I think that people still have joy playing there. It's not like New England. They were so tired of playing there.
Falling off is just mean they just might not be in the Super Bowl. It's still a playoff team.
Yeah. But we'll get to their number.
Yeah.
Their number saying that people think that they stink or that they've definitely fallen off. They won 16 games last year, right?
They won
or 15.
15 games.
15, yeah.
But one game they didn't try.
Yeah, the last game they didn't try,
lost,
and then
they lost.
who did they
one
lose to?
legitimate regular season.
Who did they lose to?
Who do you think they lost to?
Oh, that's right. They lost to you guys in the regular season. That was their loss.
Better believe it.
That was their loss, and then the last game
Better
they didn't care.
it.
They didn't want Burrow in the playoffs.
Correct.
They did not They did not want to see that man
I didn't want him
stroll through.
I didn't want him in the playoffs either.
Stroll through Arrowhead.
As I've told you many times, I'm more afraid of Joe Burrow than any other quarterback.
Burrowhead is a real deal. And then does Geno continue being a top 15 quarterback in the league, and is that enough to push the Raiders into playoff contention?
He should certainly be still in the top 15 discussion.
Yeah.
There's nothing on this team that's enough to have them in the playoff contention.
Okay.
Especially not in this division. No way. They're not.
You don't think like a 1,300 yard season from Ashton Genty, and then another really good Brock Bowers year at tight end.
Brock Bowers is a stud. There's no question.
I mean,
Genty's a stud.
I think they could sneak in depending on how the we don't know what that third wild card spot looks like right now.
Right.
But I think it could depend on if they get to 9 wins. It's possible. Who are their 9 wins against? You know what I mean? No, still nothing.
I don't see it.
All right, and then finally in the AFC West, can the Chargers ever be more than yeah but?
I think there's 2 words that will change that this year. His name's Omarion Hampton.
Okay.
I think that's your big difference, because that's the running game.
Yeah, that he's never really had. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. Over unders for the AFC West. Denver 9.5. Over or under.
Over.
I got that under.
I'm starting to think they're going to win the division.
I got that for sure. I got that under. Kansas City 10.5. That's what I was saying. They feel like
10.
You have the Kansas City Chiefs going from 15-2 to 10-7 in 1 year?
I think they had scoring luck that worked out this past season. I don't think that carries over every single year.
Yeah.
I think they've had to change things up enough. And like I said, I still think they're a 10-7 team.
Oof.
But I'm going to say 10-7.
Oof. I don't think the Chiefs win less than 13. They're still the class of their division.
I think Denver's better.
You think Denver is better?
I don't think they're a better team necessarily. I think they're going to have a better record.
Whoa.
I think Los Angeles will improve this year.
Should, yeah. Second year Harbaugh, for sure.
I think the Raiders are now a professional team.
Okay. I can see all of those things. I still see them winning 13.
I'm probably wrong. I just feel like one of these years, because Mahomes keeps ducking these injuries just a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, not even that ankle is in bad shape.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like one of these times he goes down for a few games.
Oh yeah. No. If he goes down for a few games, then. But listen, Andy Reid.
You say that about it. You say that about any team.
Listen, Andy Reid finds a way. He finds a way. I will say that too. I don't even know who their backup is right now. Because it used to be Carson Wentz. Now I'm blanking on who their backup is.
Their backup now is Minshew, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay. That's not good. Las Vegas 7.5 over under.
Las Vegas 7 under, and I think they're an improved franchise. I think they're making all the right moves.
Okay.
I just think their division is tough.
Yeah.
The AFC is tough.
That's fair.
I don't see a lot of wins in their division. Okay.
I think they get to like 7 or 8 wins. So I would say under, but I could see them getting to possibly 8, possibly. And then the Rams, the Los Angeles Chargers 9.5.
Over.
Got him over. Harbaugh, he's riding hard for his boy.
I think Denver, Kansas City, and Los Angeles are going to have a tough race.
Yeah.
So I think those are all good quality teams with good quality head coaches that know what they're doing. I think that's, and not that Vegas doesn't have one now with Pete Carroll there.
Yeah.
So I think the coaching in this division and all that other stuff is...
Coaching is elite.
Yeah.
The coaching is elite. I will say that. Have all the coaches been to the Super Bowl? Yes. 3 of them have won it.
Yeah.
Because Harbaugh's the only one that hasn't won it.
Harbaugh's the only one that hasn't won it, but he's been there.
Yeah. Wow.
Pretty crazy.
That is crazy if you really think about it.
It's a, like I said.
Wow.
Carroll, he ran his course there, but
still knows how to coach a team.
On the right track. They're
Yeah.
going to give him a few years, and then they're going to figure out what they're doing.
Well, a few years. I mean, we just saw with Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are getting long, little long.
Carroll's a lot healthier.
Well, you listen, long in the tooth. There's a lot of gum chewing.
Yeah.
Hello, y'all. You know what's going on. Look, we got Dollar Wing Wednesday at participating locations. So every location that's participating will be in the caption. So make sure y'all come on down and come get y'all some of them Dollar Wings. They looking delicious.
And we're back. Sorry, quick episode today. Had some, listen, you see where we are. So what you don't see behind us, we actually are on the other side of this camera, is a MMA studio. And some of the MMA guys came out and he kind of wanted us to close up shop. So we decided to do that. It kind of messed up the flow of the show, so we didn't want to keep going. They haven't shown back up, but I don't want no problem. So I'm going to wait till they show up and at least kind of get some clarification just so we do want to film here in the future. But thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. I think what Dave and I are going to be doing over the next few weeks, we'll go, kind of division like area. So AFC East, NFC East, AFC, South, NFC South. We'll do that over the next couple weeks and go a little bit deeper into each team, into each division, as well as give some totals and what we think in terms of win totals for the season. But yeah, another exciting show. We're still working the kinks out. Like I said, we are outside. We're hood rich. The setup has been doing really well, so excited about visually what we're seeing and how this is sounding as well. So that's all good. So if you guys can continue to just support and continue to push this out to your people, I'll be cutting up some clips over the next couple of days, so be on the lookout for those. Make sure you like and share those as much as you can. They really, really do help. You guys do not understand how much sharing does help the page and helps each of these things go viral and get pushed out. So we're going to keep fighting this algorithm one way or another. All right. Till then, I'm Josh Williams. I'm your host, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.